The wine hit before I even sat down. Red, sharp, expensive. It burned my eyes before the sting of her words did. "That's to disinfect a poor girl," his mother said, voice dripping with something darker than cruelty, entitlement. The kind that rots people from the inside out. He laughed. My fiancé, the man who had whispered about forever, who had traced constellations on my skin like they meant something. I didn't cry, I didn't shout. I just dabbed my face with a napkin, looked at him, then at her, and smiled. "Then I guess," I said softly, "I'll have to cancel all business with your company." The table went silent. They didn't know yet, but they would. I met him 3 years ago at a charity gala his company sponsored. He was charming, reckless in a way that felt like gravity. I was a consultant brought in to streamline their overseas division, numbers, mergers, contracts. I didn't plan on falling in love with the CEO's son. He said he admired my mind, said I made him feel grounded. I should have known then that men like him never want grounding, they want control. We built everything together, or so I thought. When he proposed, he said, "We'll be unstoppable." I believed him. I thought we were a team. I thought love made people loyal. I didn't know I was building his family's empire for free. The betrayal came quietly. Late-night calls he wouldn't explain. Board meetings I was suddenly uninvited to. A new assistant, too young, too eager, too familiar. Then the message. A text that wasn't meant for me. "She thinks she's one of us. Let her finish the deal first." His number, her words, his mother's approval. I didn't reply. I read it twice, then deleted it. That night I looked at the contract sitting on my desk, worth $12 million in projected revenue for their company. My proposal, my strategy, my name nowhere on the signature line. They thought they'd use me to close it, then cut me out. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't cry either. I made a plan. The thing about betrayal is that it only works if you trust. I stopped trusting that night and started calculating. I didn't rage, I restructured. Quietly. Every document I had access to, I duplicated. Every internal report, every financial discrepancy, I archived them under a new holding company. Mine. I built it slowly, discreetly, using the same strategies I'd used to grow theirs. Every client contact they had became a quiet ally of mine. When the deal finally went through, the contracts weren't under their name anymore. They were under my company. Signed, sealed, legally sound. He didn't notice. He was too busy celebrating his engagement. Then came dinner, the perfect stage. His wine, his laughter, my silence. "I'll have to cancel all business with your company," I said. His father blinked. "What business?" I smiled again, calm. "The one your son thinks he owns." I watched realization crawl across their faces like slow poison. He turned to me, pale. "What did you do?" "Just corrected a few ownership errors," I said. "Oh, and those foreign investors you were bragging about? They're working with me now." His mother stood up, shaking. "You?" "Careful," I said quietly. "That wine stains." I placed my napkin on the table, the same one I'd used to wipe her insult off my face. Then I left. By morning, the news had broken. Their stock dropped 20%. The board demanded answers. The investors withdrew. Every contract they thought they secured had been legally rerouted through my firm. He called me dozens of times. I answered once. "I loved you," he said. "No," I told him. "You loved what I could do for you." There was a pause. I could hear him breaking through the line, that small sound people make when they finally understand they've lost everything. Then I hung up. I didn't do it for revenge. Not really. I did it because sometimes justice doesn't come from courts. It comes from silence, from letting people feel the echo of their own cruelty. I don't hate them. Hatred implies they still have space in me. They don't. Their company folded 6 months later. Mine tripled in value. And every time I see red wine, I remember that night. The sting, the humiliation, and the way I smiled through it, because I already knew how the story would end. I disinfected myself, not with wine, with power.